That's how the school felt at night. And for 2 years, that school was my world that I was the night custodian. My shift started when everyone else went home, 10 o'clock sharp. The halls were empty, the classrooms dark, and the only sound was the low hum of the lights above me. Tea first. I liked it. No kids running, no teachers yelling, no noise, just silence. But silence has a way of talking back when you're alone long enough. The first time I noticed it was different at night was maybe a few months in. During the day, the place buzzed, lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking, laughter echoing off the tiles. At the tea night, it felt hollow, like the walls were holding their breath. Sometimes the pipes would knock or a locker would pop open on its own, and I'd laugh it off. But deep down, I knew the building changed after dark. There was one part of the school I avoided as much as I could. The basement that I T ran under half the building, a long stretch of concrete corridors, dripping pipes, and rooms filled with junk nobody wanted anymore. Old desks, broken chairs, boxes of forgotten textbooks. The smell of damp earth never left that place. Even the lights hated it. They'd flicker, buzz. Died I used a flashlight most nights, point one of the older guys once told me. Don't go down there unless you have. 2. That place doesn't like to be disturbed. He laughed when he said it, but he never went down there either. Point one night, it was on my list, retrieve folding chairs from basement storage. I stood at the stairwell door for a whole minute just staring that I almost called my supervisor to ask if it could wait till morning, but I didn't want to sound scared at S.O. I opened the door. The air that hit me was thick, warm, heavy like stepping into a cellar that's been sealed for years. M.Y. boots echoed with every step. The lights down there were half dead, leaving most of the hallway in darkness. I turned on my flashlight and started walking. The chairs were supposed to be in the second room on the left. The first was filled to the ceiling with desks, their metal legs tangled like bones. The second door screamed when I pulled it open. The sound bounced off the walls and didn't stop for what felt like forever. Inside, the air smelled like dust and old wood polish. The folding chairs were stacked in crooked piles, and I grabbed a few, balancing them against my chest, and then froze. Something moved out in the hallway. A soft drag, like a shoe scraping against concrete. I held my breath. IT stopped. I waited and told myself it was the pipes, or my imagination. I kept working. When I stepped back into the hall, I felt a cold draft against my face, but there were no windows, no vents, no reason for air to move down there. IT was like standing next to an open freezer. I looked around. Nothing. I dropped the chairs at the bottom of the stairs and went back for more. The second time I entered the room, something felt wrong. The pile of chairs looked different. Shifted, like someone had touched them. I tried to convince myself I was overthinking it, until I heard it again. A dull thump, followed by a slow, scraping sound farther down the hall. I turned my flashlight toward the noise. About 20 feet away, one of the classroom doors, one that should have been locked, was cracked open, just wide enough for someone to look through. Every instinct screamed to leave, but I didn't. Instead, I crept closer and whispered, "Hello? Anyone down here?" My voice echoed back at me, small and scared. No answered. I pushed the door open fast, light cutting through the dark. The room was empty, just boxes, dust, and broken shelves, but before I could breathe again, that dragging sound came from behind me. I spun around, flashlight shaking. Nothing, just the long, empty hallway stretching into black. But I swear I could feel it, the weight of eyes watching me. I backed away, slow, never turning my back until I hit the stairs. Then I ran 0.2 steps at a time until I burst into the main hallway upstairs. Gasping like I'd been underwater, I locked the stairwell door behind me. Even though I wasn't supposed to. A week later, I was mopping the floor right above that stairwell. IT was quiet. Too quiet. Then, bang. 0.3 heavy knocks from below, evenly spaced like someone was hitting the wall with their fist. I froze. The mop slipped from my hand. Then the basement door rattled hard. Once. Twice, like something was pushing from the other side. I didn't open it. I just stood there, staring, waiting for it to stop. When it did, I turned and walked away. After that, I refused to go down there alone. If someone needed anything from the basement, I'd wait for another custodian. I never told the others what I'd heard. They'd just laugh, or worse, tell me it was the ghost. But I know what I felt, and I know what I heard, because even now, years later, when I close my eyes, I can still hear those footsteps, slow, dragging, patient, Like whatever was down the reese, still waiting for me to come back.